everybody. Okay, well, if you're watching this, it means that I have had a very busy day and wasn't able to do a live, but I would never leave you hanging, and I recorded one just in case I needed it. So if you're watching it, it's the just in case we needed it recording. Um, and this is the practice. We are on day 13, lucky 13. But I want to start out by just sharing a poem with you by the Rebel Society. Today, as we practice, it's going to be about courage. Because as we're nearing the end, it took you courage to start this in the first place. And I know you might have thought this was just like a Snickers decision, like no big deal, of course I'll join a smoothie yoga challenge. But you guys, it took courage. It took courage for you to show up and to be here. And so this is a great poem by the Rebel Society. So I'm just going to share it really quick. Don't stop, because we're thinking about yoga here. Don't stop. You've done these 13 days. We're going to keep going, and then don't stop. Don't stop. I know you want to, but don't. I know you're tired. I know the world seems too crammed full of other people's stuff for there to be any room for you in your dreams. But I beg you to keep looking. The space where you will thrive is out there. You are not being selfish in wanting the things that feed you and needing them. And you are not making it up. It is not just okay to live the life you have imagined. It is what is required. You don't have to ask permission, so stop hiding. Get up, turn on the lights, open the window, pull back the curtains, and let us see your face, your hair. Let us see you. And I feel like every day, it's a courageous act just to live in our own authenticity, right? To be who we are, to stand up for what's right, to keep living and pursuing our dreams, to going outside of the box, to doing something different. So I thought, what better way to practice this a little than if we did our yoga practice, but you have the option today to add in weights. 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever you got. 8, 10, I don't know. Whatever you want. Totally optional. We will all still do the same movements. Just if you want to use a weight, there'll be certain not everything's going to have a weight, but there'll be some movements that do have weights. Okay? Are you ready for this? You are. You're brave. And even if this just was like, whoa, no way, it's okay. It's okay. You don't. If you just started yoga for the first time 13 days ago, you don't need a weight. Okay? Don't get the weight. But if you want the weight, some of you, grab it. Just try it. Sometimes it's just fun. So do something different. Hands together. Close your eyes. We start every practice, you guys, with an intention. And it's because one day you may wake up and you may start setting intentions every single morning for what it is that you would like your life to be like and unfold in every single day. You don't just leave it up to chance. You're courageous and you set it for yourself. You turn on the lights, throw back the curtains, and you're like, I am living all of me today. So don't stop doing these practices. I hope they have brought you things, and maybe you've learned a little something about yourself along the way, and that will not ever end. And then let your chin fall down towards your chest. Let your hands come down to your legs. Inhale, lift your chin. Open your eyes. Here we go. Here we go, yo. Here we go, yo. All right, now, here's the great part. Those of you that have wrist things, the weights are really quite handy because you get a nice straight line on the wrist. So we're going to do a little cat and cow, just holding the weight, okay? All right, so let the belly drop down. Inhale and arch up, round. Let the head hang. Inhale, belly drops. Exhale, round. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Come to a neutral spine. Inhale. Good. Step your right foot forward in between your hands. Grab those weights if you're going to use them. Roll the shoulders back. Push into your feet. Hug your legs together. And then turn your biceps so they're going to face forward. And you're going to exhale, lift up, and inhale, lower down. So exhale, lift, and lower. So now we're not going to forget about the legs. They're still in a lunge. You're dropping down, but you're just adding in a little bicep curl. Lift, lower. Lift, lower. Good. Bringing them up, bringing them down. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Now, turn the arms forward. Here we go. You're going to take 8. You're going to go up, and as you go up, I want you to back off your lunge a little bit, and then exhale, deepen in your lunge and open it up. Back off and deepen. Up and lower. 4 more. Lift, exhale, lower. So you find your breath, your pace that works for you. Last 2 and lower. Last 1 and lower. Good. Set the weights down. I'm actually going to put them up kind of on their higher point, and we're going to take a half split. That feels good. That feels good. Stretch the heart forward. Even the heart moving forward, we don't even realize the ways in which we kind of hold back in our movements. Obviously, we can be tight, and that's what starts that. But just bend the knee a little. Begin to move the heart forward, right? The warrior, the courageous one. We'll get some warriors in there today. Walk those weights forward. Step it back. Left foot forward. Here we go. Bring it up. All right. Now, we're going to add a bicep curl, but you have an option this time. So if that felt like plenty, you're going to stay right there. Otherwise, you're going to be going, one is going up as one is going down at the same time, okay? So you just find your breath in that movement. I don't care how fast it is. We'll be here for about 30 seconds, okay? Give or take, because I don't actually have a second hand. So it's like an arbitrary, like how long is 30 seconds? 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Now you're still in the lunge. Bring the arms up overhead. You know where we're going with this, right? All right. As one is going up, one is coming down. Up and down. Good. The elbow is only coming down in line basically with the shoulder and punching back up. So this does fatigue a lot quicker, so if you need to, you just come back to the single press. Or you can do 1 down and 1 up. Yep, just like that. Doesn't have to be that reciprocal movement. So 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh. You know, I like weights. It humbles us all again. We're like, okay. All right, Ardha Hanuman. You don't have to do anything but just breathe in this. Lift the kneecap up, draw the thigh bone up, stretch the heart forward. If you didn't have weights, I should have said this at first, like grab a can, 1 pound can, or fill up a couple water bottles. You can come back, pause it, go back, grab some water bottles. Good, rebend. All right, now step your left foot back. You can take a downward facing dog. The wrists stay nice and straight, just like this. And you're gonna lift the hips up. Oh, it feels good too. Breath in, breath out. You just have to make sure you're not pushing your wrist forward, that it's kind of cranking on the wrist. The wrist is really staying in one line here. And then lift your heels, tiptoe forward, top of your mat. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold and bow. Good. Leave your weights on the ground. Inhale, stretch your arms up, breathe up. And hands to the heart. Exhale. You're doing great. Inhale, reach up. Hello, Ellie. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Now, right foot's going to stay forward. Left foot's going to go back into a warrior one. The back foot's angled at a 45 degree. We're going to grab those weights and we're going to bring them up into our Virabhadrasana 1. Okay. All right. Now, lift the low belly. Draw the head of the shoulders back. Begin to reach the arms forward. Inhale. And exhale, just pull back. Inhale. Exhale, pull back. Again, inhale, pull back. Inhale, pull back. 3 more. Inhale, pull back. Exhale. 1 more. Exhale. Good. Now keep the shoulders on the back. Hinge your heart forward and take the arms back. Bring them in. Triceps. Take them back. Bring them in. You want a little more balance? Lift your back heel. Bring them in. Make sure, though, your feet are hip distance. You'll have to separate them a little bit if you do that. Back and in. 2 more. Back and in. 1 more. Back and in. Good. Straighten that front leg. Yes. All right. Triangle pose. Bring your left weight to your left hip and reach your right. I'm going to turn my weight again like I did before. And if that's not high enough, just bring your hand on your shin, but you might be able to reach the weight. Good. If you're feeling spicy, reach that back arm back. It won't take long. I'm just leave it on the hip. I'm feeling good. But if you wanted to, you can reach that arm back for 3, 2, and 1. Good. Bring it up. Heels in, toes out. Bring your weights. We're going to do a movement like fly, but we're actually going to turn the hands so that hands externally rotate, the arms externally rotate. So you're going to go out and in. Yep. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. 4 more. Lift, lower, lift, lower. Last 2. Lower, lift, and lower. So good. Okay, straighten the legs. Turn your toes. Switching to the opposite side of the mat, back side of the mat. Angle that back foot in. Warrior 1. Bend into the legs. Good. Breathe. Roll the shoulders back and down. Stretch the arms out in front of you. Inhale. Row. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 3 more. Reach and back. Reach. You can drop the weights, you guys, at any time. Last one. Reach and back. Hinge forward. Remember, if you lift the back heel, you just have to make sure your feet are wide enough. Here we go. Triceps. Reach back and in. Back, in. 5, 4, 3, in. Last 2, lift. How high can you get them? Last one, lift. Good. Bring it in, heels in, toes out. How those shoulders doing? How those shoulders doing? Okay, regular fly now. Here we go. Going out and in. Going out. Now if you heave it, the weight's too heavy, okay? 5, in, 4, in, like you're tipping a little bit of wine. 3, you wish, right? 2, and 1. Good. Bring the legs in a little bit closer. Bring the legs in a little bit closer. We're going to come in towards a little bit wider chair pose, okay? So we'll just add the weights in with the chair. Turn sideways so you can see. So you're going to drop down towards the shins. Chair pose, Utkatasana, keep the head of the shoulders lifting, and then push up to stand. Be careful you're not just pushing your buttocks forward. You're toning the butt, but you're not pushing it forward, tightening your psoas. Going back, lifting up. Exhale. Lift. Lower. Lift. Now, I always encourage people, if they do use weights, you find your breath that works for you. So I might like exhaling down and inhaling up, and you may like the opposite. And in this instance, do what feels good. Do more of what makes you feel good. Go back and lower. Back and lower. Back, lower. Sit weight in the heels. Back, up, lower, lift. You got 4 more. 4, lower. 3, lift. 2, lift. And 1, lift. Nice work, everybody. Nice work. All right. Just keep the weights at your sides. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale. And then slide the weights down to the ground. Exhale. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, step back, plank pose. Breathe in, inhale. Now you can put your knees down. You can do chaturanga like this. Shift forward, shoulders are in front of wrists. Exhale, bend. Inhale, you can do cobra or up dog. You lift the knees. And then exhale back, downward facing dog. Breath in, breath out. One more breath in, breath out. Good. One more, right foot forward in between the hands. Now we are going to do crescent, so I definitely want your feet a little wider. Let's drop the back knee down, but we're going to tuck the toes. Keep the weights right by your side. Keep the weights right by your sides, like you're carrying 2 suitcases. Okay, tuck the back toes. You're going to lift the back knee, reach the arms forward, and then exhale, lower down. So lift and lower. 2 more. Not a lot on this one. And lower, getting those legs, lift and lower. Good. Bring the weights onto their high end. Let yourself just kind of deepen back into that lunge. Lift the chest. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. Switch. Left foot forward. Tuck your back toes. Bring your weights back. Are you ready? Make sure your feet are hip distance apart. You're going to inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. We just have 3 more. Lift, lower. Keep the arms in the sockets. Lift, lower. 1 more. Lift and lower. So good. Switch the weights. Deepen into that lunge. Open the chest. Yes. Take a couple deep breaths. Breathing in. Breathing out. Step it back. Take a down dog. You can do it with weights or without. 1 final down dog. Drop to the knees. Adios weights. No more weights. Pigeon pose. Right leg forward. Now you can always lay on your back here. Pigeon doesn't work. Just lay on your back. Lift your chest. Exhale, lower it down. Slow Ujjayi breath, heart forward. If you get any pain in your knee, I want you to come on your back. Take thread the eye of the needle, the one where we cross right ankle over left knee, just like this. Okay, take your time. 1 more breath. Good. Now we're just going to kind of switch it around. So lean right, swing the left leg forward, then lean left and swing the right leg back. Make sure your right leg is going back behind your right hip. Lift your chest. And then if you want to fold forward, go ahead and take it forward. Give yourself a couple of deep breaths. Good. And then now lean, walk the hands up, lean a little left. Bring the back leg around. Just take a moment. We're going to recline onto the back. So weights are so good, you guys. You know, they don't always need to be, of course, in a yoga practice. But just weightlifting, especially as we get older, it is one of the things that gives us the most bang for our buck. It helps so much with our metabolism and then just keeping muscle. Because obviously as we get older, you know, osteoporosis and things like that really, our muscles just, we start to lose it. And so doing a little bit of strength training is so nice. And what I like about incorporating with yoga is it just something familiar with something unfamiliar, right? Doing weights can feel unfamiliar, but maybe yoga feels familiar. Again, if you were new and you haven't done it before, happy baby pose, that all might have felt very unfamiliar, but you just take it baby steps, right? Think of all of these little sessions as just exposures that say, maybe I might want to do that a little bit more, like the don't stop. I know you want to, but just keep going with it. This is not about the body, right? This is not about being flexible, even though we do these movements and you can feel very unflexible, like it points it out, right? You can really notice it. Bring the legs into your chest. We're just going to take an easy twist, cactus your arms. We're going to take the knees over to the right. But yoga has nothing to do with being flexible in the body. It's about being flexible, you guys, in the mind and in our life. There's a famous yoga teacher, Patabi Joyce, who used to say, body not stiff, mind stiff, mind stiff. Imagine that with a nice Indian accent. Body not stiff, mind stiff. I don't have a good Indian accent, but inhale up. Let's switch over. But it's true, right? Who cares if our body isn't flexible? Wouldn't you rather be a happy person than have a flexible body? I would. If I could handle life with more grace and more ease and living more in my authentic self and worrying less about, you know, what somebody else thought, all those things, I would take that over flexibility any day. Inhale, bring it all the way back up. Let's just take our mini Shavasana. You've earned this one for sure, as you do all. Let the legs extend. Just our 3 to 5 breath Shavasana. Breathing in, letting it go. And begin to move your fingers and your toes. And stretch the arms up and over your head. And you can roll to either side, right or the left today, whichever one feels better. You've probably heard me say, usually during the day you're going to roll right, evenings we often roll left. And then use your hands to bring your body back upright to an easy seat. Hands together at the heart. If we think about it, all of the things that really matter in our life are going to require courage. It's going to require us getting uncomfortable, giving up the habit, really, of staying the same. So I invite you to do something uncomfortable today. Call someone, do something that just seems a little out of the ordinary. Get practice, like doing yoga with weights, just a little bit different. So as you bring thumbs up to third eye, may we all walk and step into our own greatness, remembering the power of who we are and allowing that courage that lives within us to help empower us to stay true to our own self, the deeper part of ourself. Thank you so much for joining me. It was my honor to be with you. Namaste. Go be brave, live fully, live out loud, unapologetically. Thank you. Thank you for practicing. We've got 2 days left, and the final day, Jessa and I are going to do our best to coordinate with you. So here's what I'd love in the comments. What would you love for us to teach in these last 2 days of yoga? Comment below what you would love us to teach, and we'll do our best to work in as much as we can. So thanks everybody. Have an awesome weekend, and I will see you next time.